Good morning and welcome to the homestead. Well, looky. It's kind of overcast, but if you can see that, the sun looks amazing right there through the clouds. But it is going to rain later this afternoon, and I have a bunch of stuff that I need to get done today. If you guys remember, we rototilled up our garden area about a month ago, and we have done quite a bit of work in the garden area. I wanted to take you guys back and show you some of the stuff that we have gotten done before I head out there today to do what I gotta do. So before we do that, let's go in and check the chickens. Oh, you can hear them in there. Look at those guys. They are getting huge. Look at those meat birds. As you notice, our meat birds, we took the heat plate away last night. So last night it was like the low was like 68 degrees. And we noticed that they are not spending any time under it. And even when we come out in the mornings, they were not under it. So I think they're only going to be here in the brooder for another week. They're really starting to feather out as much as Cornish cross feather out. I mean, frankly, they're delicious birds, but they're kind of nasty looking. Anyway, they don't have a lot of feathers on them. So anyway, we only have a week, and then these guys are going to get out. But that's another video for another day, because I have to do some milling, and then I have to build our chicken coop for them, or their coop house, chicken tractor for them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the video of the last month of us getting work done here on the garden, and I will narrate a little bit of that to let you know what you're looking at. And then when we come back, I'm going to go in there, and I have 2 rows ready to go. I'm going to prep them, drill the holes, and we're going to plant some broccoli and some cauliflower, I believe. I got to check with Missy what is ready in the greenhouse. But we're going to get those in the ground before the rain comes this afternoon. So let's get on it.
We had our soil tested. After getting those results, I had to spread a little bit of 1717 fertilizer and about 300 pounds of hydrated lime. This hydrated lime wouldn't go through my broadcaster, so I ended up having to spread it by hand. After about a week and a good rainstorm to soak in the fertilizer and lime, it was time for us to try our new seeder. We'd never used a seeder before, and we were excited about it. We kept the first 3 rows open without ground cover on it so that we could try this method out. We planted beans, peas, Swiss chard, kale, radishes, beets, lettuce, and bok choy. We were super excited to see them come up. Well, with some seeds planted in the ground, we knew we had to get a fence up around our garden. We used this temporary fencing because it was a little bit cheaper than permanent welded wire fencing, and we knew that we would want this temporary fencing in the future for other projects. So we went ahead and bought it, and we used it around the garden until we could get something a little bit more permanent set up. We bought some of these temporary fence posts to strengthen everything as we went around, just in case things started to sag a little bit. We ended up using 3 sections of fencing at 164 feet long. This got us all the way around the garden no problem, and allowed us to have several access points along the route to get into the garden. It was a perfect day. It wasn't too hot. We were out working together, improving our land and improving our lives. It's just everything we hoped it would be.
Ready?
With the fence around the garden and seeds planted, it was time to move on to the next project. We had some woven weave fabric from our community garden back east, and we saved it and brought it down here. It already had the holes in it, and it was still perfectly good. Fast forward back to today, and I'm drilling some holes out so that I can get some live plants put in the ground. These plants are left over from our first farmer's market.
"43 holes in that one row." So we started coming up the other row, but I'm gonna let my drill cool down a little bit before I finish off this row and we start getting planted. All right, guys, now that I got all my holes drilled, I talked to Missy in the greenhouse. She's giving me a bunch of stuff that's hardened off, and that's what we're gonna get planted in here. So let me show you what I got. So right here we have some broccoli, and then all the rest of this is 3 different kinds of kale. It's not enough to fill all 3 of these rows, but it'll get us started for today. And she's hardening off some cabbage and some other stuff, and in 3-4 days should be hardened off enough that we can get it in the ground and it'll be okay. We'll see how it goes.
Well, it was like 60 plants that I ended up putting into the ground today. It felt really good to get live plants into the garden. It really gave us momentum to move forward. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to finish getting these plants into the ground. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us on the homestead today. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell. It'll let you know every time we got a video coming out. Till the next one, we'll see you later. Bye.